Good morning, everyone. My name's Kira Maritano, and it's my pleasure to talk to you guys today about my experience interning for the Life Lab Science program at the UCSC Farm and Garden. So every season, Life Lab welcomes interns to be part of their garden education world, and we lead field trips for elementary school students from around the region, exploring the farm, discovering the wonders of ecology, celebrating the harvest, and helping kids make connections between their food and the farms where it's grown. I had the opportunity to be a part of the Life Lab family for a wonderful spring and fall, and it profoundly affected my life. It really did. It grounded my learning, and it gave me a sense of hope and purpose. As an environmental studies undergraduate student, as I was, my classes often left me obsessing over some crisis facing the world, or just having the reoccurring realization that the health of the land and the health of our society are one and are in trouble. I felt desperate to make change, but I felt unsure how. And occasionally I would take a course that really lit a fire inside of me by igniting my love of natural history, but I didn't know what to do with my passion. Life Lab gave me the answer. The Life Lab curriculum I was teaching during my internships bridged the gap by giving me the ability to both revel in my love of nature and share it with young minds, effortlessly connecting the beauty of the red-tailed hawk soaring above my students' alight eyes and the importance of organic farming practices, or the fresh sweetness of a just-picked apple and the importance of eating fresh, healthy foods. It just all finally came together. And the curiosity and the joy of the kids I was teaching made it easy and so fun. It really was so fun. I can't emphasize that enough. Interning here is just a blast. I will never forget listening to a band of first graders run around screaming, "Beets, beets, beets! We want to eat more beets!" with their faces painted with magenta juice, just charging around. A fifth grader's astute observation that a bisected broccoli stem looks just like an amoeba. Or the time that I led 5 kids on a snake search to find out that more than half of them were terrified of snakes. Because it was my learning experience too. My Life Lab internship taught me how to be a successful children's educator. At the end of every field trip, I got to sit down with my fellow interns and our mentor, Amy Carlson, and talk about the day and talk about our field trips and talk about any questions that had come up and really discuss those questions and get feedback from everyone, and always positive feedback. That's something that's written on a poster over there. It was always positive feedback. And I learned some tenets of teaching that I will use for the rest of my life. Ask good questions. Never do for a child what they can do for themselves. A silly voice or a dramatic whisper can make all the difference. Whatever energy you bring, your students will give back in full. I haven't stopped teaching since my experience with Life Lab in 2010, and naturally I have Life Lab to thank for that as well. After my internship, I was eager to continue teaching garden education, so I began volunteering at a local elementary school, reviving their dilapidated garden space and teaching at all grade levels. My work there was based almost entirely on what I had learned at Life Lab, and it was unforgettable. I was soon off to Brazil to spend 4 months in the city of Salvador, and I was having a wonderful time, but facing the realization that I would soon come home, a college graduate and completely unemployed, and in desperate need of some work. I figured it was impossible for me to get work in Santa Cruz while I was so far away, but with the help of Amy Carlson, I did just that. Amy emailed me an advertisement for a job at a summer camp in Felton, and I emailed them, interviewed over Skype, and miraculously had work teaching environmental education when I got home. When summer came to a close, I was looking for work yet again, and I was offered a job at the same elementary school where I had done garden teaching. I am presently their resource specialist instructional aide, a one-on-one teacher for students who need some extra help with their learning. The school year is coming to a close now, but I am not worried about summer unemployment. I have been promoted to programs director at the same summer camp that I was first informed about by my Life Lab internship sponsor. In the fall, I will be moving to Oakland to continue my pursuit of environmental education. I go with confidence. I know the skills and experience I gained at and since Life Lab prepare me for this next step. And when I need advice or a kind reference, I know who I can call. You can see the fingerprints of Life Lab's helping hand all over my life. It is so amazing that on top of all of the incredible work that Life Lab does to improve garden education and better children's lives, it also plays such a personal and motivational role in the lives of its interns. And it thrills me to see all of you here today in support of the program. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kira. And I just have to say that she very quickly said early on something about it being easy to lead those field trips or to be with kids in that way. And as someone who stepped in when we had a need this spring to try to lead a small group of second graders around in that experience, it is not always easy. So a great deal of respect and the support that people get here for being good educators with kids and youth is tremendous.